Would you like to proceed?
Yes, please.
Good evening. This is the meeting of the Borough of Highlands Mayor and Council regular meeting on Wednesday, February 15, 2023. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press and the Two River Times and by posting at the Borough of Highlands Municipal Building and filing with the Borough Clerk all on January 1st, 2023. Items listed on the agenda are subject to change. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I will now do roll call. Councilmember Cervantes. Absent. Councilmember Chalak. Here. Councilmember Melnick. Council President Orszewski. Here. Mayor Breon. Here. We have a quorum. First, we have proclamation, continued support for the people of Ukraine.
Whereas the 24th of February marks the one-year anniversary of Russia's illegal invasion and occupation of Ukraine, and whereas Russia, the aggressor, has committed gross violations of human rights and war crimes against the Ukrainian people, and whereas the Borough of Highlands is a sister city to the village of Hunduvka, Ukraine, which is proceed. Whereas the Borough of Highlands stands in solidarity with the people of Ukraine, and now therefore be it resolved by Carolyn Breon, Mayor of the Borough of Highlands, on February 24th, 2023, on behalf of its citizens, we hereby proclaim solidarity with the people of Ukraine in their fight for freedom. I commend them for their strength, courage, and bravery, and do urge the citizens of Highlands to stand in support of the Ukrainian people and their struggle for freedom.
Next, we have approval of minutes, February 1st, 2023 meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Councilmember Chalak.
Yes.
Councilmember Melnick. Council President Orszewski.
Yes.
Mayor Breon.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve the February 1st, 2023 meeting minutes. Next, we have consent agenda. Mayor, would you like me to read the resolutions by title?
Yes, please.
R23-063, authorizing the refund of a tree permit fee. R23-064, authorizing the County of Monmouth Mosquito Control Division to conduct aerial mosquito control operations within the Borough of Highlands. R23-065, authorizing payment of bills. R23-066, authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract for professional engineering services in connection with the preparation of an engineering review of ongoing construction at 14 and 32 North Peak Street, Block 35, Lots 8 and 9. Councilman Turek?
Yes.
Councilman Melnick?
Yes.
Council President Orszewski?
Yes.
Mayor Breon?
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt resolutions R23-063. I'm sorry, resolutions R23-063 through R23-066. Next, we have reports.
Anyone like to go first? Okay.
A couple quick updates. First of all, thank you, Mayor, for assuming and continued commitment from that committee looking to advance the uses of our open space and kind of creative ideas on how to engage the town in doing so. Still would like to continue the momentum on Frank Park. And that, and all the rest of the committee, always love to be able to do something for their efforts. The good work being done in the parks here, and seeing something happening up at Frank Hall would be really amazing as well. Definitely looking forward to the completion of Bridge Ederly, looking good up there as well. It's really happy. As far as the communications committee, the focus still remains on the website. How I can get it. Thank you, Nancy, for helping engage on that as well. Just consolidate things, issues so that we can work together. find the any of the remaining bugs that are outstanding from the upgrade result. Beyond that, that's pretty much what I can say.
Okay. I think the only other thing, Joanne, do you have anything?
Nothing more, I'm waiting for the next step for visualization. Beyond that, except I have the great pleasure of attending the middle school basketball team games. It was such a pleasure. I can't go to that full it's on, but for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, they played a game and they won, and they're not going on to the championship.
First time since 1996.
Something like that, yeah. It was great fun. The kids all just get in support of the
Exactly. It's good to see the high schoolers that stayed on for the middle schoolers. Cheer them on. The only thing I have today is and I apologize for not getting it to everyone earlier, but I just finished writing the summary report for the 2022 Mayor's Wellness Survey results. And then I put out the 2023 links. I'm also working with Jackie to provide paper copies here for folks that aren't online. Also get some paper copies over to the borough office. So if folks want to take it on paper, then I'll just data enter it after the fact. Some key, just key findings over the years, looking from 2020 to 2022. The number one factor for a healthy community, as Mr. Melnick would love to hear, in 2020 it was access to recreation and open space, and that level was at 41%. In 2021, it rose to 52%, and in 2022, that measure was at 61%. So people are realizing that it's access to open space is key to a healthy community. And conversely, the most important health problem in our community, the residents had said were mental health problems. Again, over those 3 years that we've been collecting data, 2020 it was 59%, 2021 66, and in 2022 72%. So I mean, they're very strong numbers. Again, this year, along with the last couple of years, walking as the number one physical activity that folks say that they participate in, followed secondly by biking. And again, third year in a row, the health education that Highlanders would most like to hear about and to get is nutrition. And that measure has risen from 2020, it was 48%, took a little bit of a dip in 21 at 40, and back up again this past year to 49%. So we recommend continuing with the program. We're going to go for a very robust program this year. I had a really great meeting with Jackie yesterday about the things that we've all been talking about and what we want to see in 2023. So I think it's these key measures are showing that we're moving in a direction where people are engaged and they like the program and they like to participate in all of the offerings that we're doing. So I'll send this around to everyone and get it on that website on one of the 3 pages that are the notes, because they change every year. So that's another one of the bugs that we're looking for, is to consolidate that in all one place so that you could have all of the information just on one page. Yeah, so I will get that over to everyone later this week. And that's all I have. Gentlemen, anything that you would care to report on?
I have one thing there.
Sure.
Back in December, we prepared an application for a grant through the Federal Safe Streets and Roads for All program.
Mm-hmm.
This is a federal grant, a very large-scale grant. It's part of the bipartisan infrastructure law. It's a $5 billion program spread out over 5 years. $1 billion each year. And the goal of the grant program is road safety. The goal is 0 deaths on American roads. So what we did was we applied for this is the first step in the program, which is having a comprehensive action safety plan. Essentially, you can get an action plan grant or an implementation grant. Implementation means construction dollars. The action plan is kind of a planning document where you do a thorough review of your roads, and that includes pedestrian infrastructure, bicycles, and so we submitted it for this in September. We were contacted by the grant agency along with Monmouth County because some of our roads overlapped that we applied for, and we combined our application with Monmouth County. Pleased to report that the county was awarded $1.188 million in grant funding. We applied in conjunction with the county as well as Bradley Beach and Homedale. So the grant money is going to be divided between the 4 entities, and we're waiting for the county to get the grant agreement from the Federal Highway Authority, and then there'll be like a sub-agreement with the borough. So that's really good news. These are the only 3 municipalities in Monmouth County that applied, so it's really a good opportunity. And like I said, this is the first step, doing this action plan, and then once that's in place, it opens up opportunities to apply for construction dollars, which can be in the millions of dollars range for grant funding. So I think it's a really good program. And not only this program, but potentially future programs, this opens up more opportunities.
Very good, very good. Well done. I'm seeing sidewalks and signage in our future.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I envision a lot of public input with this grant to create this planning document. Reach out to the police, public, the borough personnel to find out where the safety issues are, what we can do to improve, and it'll be a really good start at moving forward.
Excellent. Excellent.
Individuals wishing to address the council may be recognized by the presiding officer and shall give their name, address, and the group of any they represent. Although the council encourages public participation, it reserves the right, through its presiding officer, to terminate remarks to and/or by any individuals not in keeping with the conduct of a proper and efficient meeting. If any individual refuses to conduct themselves in a proper manner, they will be removed from the meeting. The council will not, during the public portion of the meeting, discuss matters involving employment, appointment, termination of employment, negotiations, terms and conditions of employment, evaluation of the performance of, promotion or discipline of any specific or prospective or current employee. There's a 3-minute time limit for your comments.
Mr. Stone?
Joseph Doran, 102 Valley Avenue. I just wanted to say basically one word tonight, and that's thank you. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Adams, 29 Central. Not really good at these things, but this is my family's life. It has for years. When I moved here, I bought my house. There was no skate park. I moved back from San Diego because I went and moved there to surf and skate. I thought it was going to be a great thing to have, and it's not. I'll tell you all, it's not. You can't get away from it. Like maybe on the weekend, take a chair, go down to Long Branch, and sit on the side of the skate park. Sit there for an hour, 2 hours, a week, a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years. You can't get away from it. You come home from work, it's there. It shouldn't be. It's not basketball. It's not music. It's noise. comes through your house, every room in my house is affected. And Highland should have a skate park, but it shouldn't be in somebody's backyard. I've Googled every skate park in New Jersey. They're not in anybody's backyard. It's a 0 foot off my property line. My couch where I sit and watch TV is 35 feet away from a skate park. And New Jersey does have laws, and we have laws and an ordinance. And it has to be followed. I mean, I can't do it. I can't live in a skate park. I'm older now. I don't have the patience. I dealt with everything. I don't think I ever called the cops one time. I dealt with the kids, punk kids. I didn't even feel comfortable with my daughter being in my backyard by herself. She couldn't do her homework. She couldn't take naps on the weekends. It's too loud and it's noise. So I just want to get some stuff on the record. I just wrote everything down. So how is it determined in Highlands that noise is unacceptable? See, this is our noise ordinance, correct? Does anyone know the decibels New Jersey allows to be put on somebody's property? It's 65 decibels during the day. Has a noise assessment ever been done on the original skate park or this skate park coming up? Because I have all the codes here, but if something is modified, which it is, going from metal to concrete, that's a modification. It is technically, you said it's a rehabilitation, so nobody got notified. That's why nobody was here for the meeting, because nobody knew about it. But, I mean, as soon as I found out, I went down and we had a meeting. I think it was in November of 2021. And then I wrote this letter, and I sent it to DEP, I sent it to everybody in June, I think it was. If you just Google skate parks, surveys come up. And surveys, none of them are closer than 50 feet because they don't expect the skate park to be that close. But it's 70 decibels at 50 feet. And that's what I'm saying. I'm 0 feet away from a skate park. A bunch of us are 0 feet away. Doug, who just found out last week, is 6 inches away from a skate park. My couch, like I said, is 35 feet away. So at 70 decibels, and that's only the noise generated by the wheel. That's not an ollie or when somebody does a good trick and everybody bang, 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 bang. That's all you hear all day long. Bang, bang, bang. Good example is somebody building a house next to you forever. Every day. All day long. 20 kids. I just went by the skate park in Long Branch. 20 kids. It's just like I said, it's nobody here would want it in your backyard, and I wouldn't wish it on anything in your backyard. And I put up with it, and I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. And who's gonna? Everybody says, "Oh, we'll move." Well, I was here first. Number one, my family's from here. Number two, I'm not leaving. And how would I even leave? You think somebody's gonna buy my house with that behind there? It's not. It's just not right. And I put up with it, and I outlasted it. It went away, and then all of a sudden, it's back, and it's going to be tenfold. And again, everybody, I live there. So if you wanted to ask questions about, I have garbage, skateboards flying over my fence, urination, you name it. And half the kids that were there weren't even from town. They're not even from our town. They come down. They would fight our kids in town because our kids, most of them would just run up and down around, yelling. They fight them and then they, destroy our town and then leave. And I don't know. When, I talked to the health department and they said when the skate park's built, they can't do anything because it's not built, that they'll come down, they'll put their decibel meters up on my property line, and then if the sound is more than it's allowed, which is 65 decibels, then they're going to start to issue citations. So what are we going to, how are we going to resolve this? Because I can't live with it no more. And everyone's like, oh, maybe you can put a wall. My upstairs windows are almost 30 feet high. You're going to put a 35-foot wall in my backyard? When I had the meeting with these guys, I myself, because like I said, I think Highlands should have a skate park, but Highlands is big. There's lots of places. I Googled and zoomed in on tons of places that you can put lights, you can put bathrooms. So the rec center, how many bathrooms does the rec center have?
Nothing like that.
That's it. So we got a skate park, basketball courts, tennis courts, playground, beach. Where does, how many kids do you, I mean, I'm saying if it's a good park, you're going to have 20, 30 kids every day. No, I mean, skateboarders aren't like basketball. They're obsessed, like I was. I moved across the country to do. And they're going to be there every day. I used to pray for a rainy day so I wouldn't have to hear. And I live at the beach, and I had to pray for a rainy day so I could use my backyard. It's not right, man. And if there's any way I can help or do something, I would. Like I said, I looked around town, somewhere else, but it's not right for anyone. Does anybody have any?
Just want to point out that the funding that we have for the skate park is coming from the DEP. The citation about the DEP, you would think that if they had an objection, they wouldn't.
They can't because it's not there.
But funding the plan to put it right there. If there was a concern as to the location, I would imagine that they would have brought that up as a concern before they put millions of dollars into it. Same thing for the county, because they kicked in money as well. So to the extent that this is a skate park being rehabilitated, as you have pointed out, on an existing footprint, coming from the state, coming from the county, I think you're raising objections that the state and the county might have concerns. You're the ones who are funding it. So,
I know, but I talked to Evelyn.
do you think they missed that part when they came out to look at these plans? Do you think they missed that part where the location is?
Well, I heard that it was brought up in a meeting. I don't know who.
I'm talking about when we asked for the funding, the grant funding.
They didn't.
You think that we hid that from the state and the county?
Well, obviously they missed it. And I talked
Before
to
they
them.
wrote that check,
I know, but I talked to them. I know, but what's going to be like, so when this is built and the decibels being put on, because I did the calculations, I became a noise expert, the decibel levels are going to be between 104 and louder at my property line. That's damaging. 85 is damaging. Anything above 85 is damaging. So when it's built, and then the decibels, they come down, because I already talked to Nelson Santiago, or whatever his name is, at the health department, and he said there's nothing he can do because it's not built. He said once it's built, if the noise is too loud, they're going to stop it until it's fixed. So how is it going to be fixed?
No, I think you're asking a hypothetical right now, right? So.
Well, I know, but
You're saying how is it going to be fixed for a problem that does not yet exist?
No, but in the Noise Control Act, there's compliance, okay? So the model ordinance utilized to prospectively assist compliance for a facility that has yet to be constructed or a facility that is proposing to modify its operations or facility. Determination needs to be made whether an affected person would reasonably exist. So it has to be done as if someone was going to be affected. And it even goes on into the next one, which I have it here if you like, Tom. Sure. Okay. Here, so it's highlighted right there. Did a lot of research, and everywhere I look, it's a no-go. And like I said, I talked to the DEP, I even talked to DCA, what do you call it, mediation or rehabilitation. And he said it was a stretch. Because you took away 100% of something that was, I know they say they were bolted down, but they weren't bolted down. Kids moved the straps all over. So
Right, it was dangerous. Right?
Dangerous
and
but any state park is dangerous. It's built right.
No, I think that the tetanus would be more of a danger than the sort of
What I'm saying is,
peeling out there.
what about the health of me and my family? What about the health of everybody that lives that backs up against it? If you couldn't come home and watch TV without hearing banging, would that be okay with
No,
you?
I'm certainly.
Would you be able, if you can't, and now too, like when the skate park was originally there, all the houses were left. Now the houses are raised. And all my windows face every window, and it's unlivable. It's unlivable. I can't, in the summer, I can't open my window. I can't get fresh air? It's that bad? My daughter's already started, like, causing problems. My daughter just graduated college, and she has to work from home. She does Zoom meetings all day. How is she supposed to do Zoom meetings? I don't think, that's what I mean. I don't think you guys really understand how loud it is. And I know they say, oh, it's going to be concrete. But concrete, in some of the studies that I've read, it actually creates more of a noise. It grows the noise more, where the metal ramps were more absorbent. So, but without doing a study, how does anybody know? And everywhere that I read in the code, it says that a study has to be done if they think noise is going to be affecting a person in the area. I mean, what if when it's done, there's 100 decibels on my property? How are we going to, what's the remedy? to answer the hypothetical. I'd be concerned with the same issue with a large number of children playing basketball. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a concern about pickleball. That's pretty loud too. It's not an issue. I think they'll probably tell you a little crazy too. But at the end of the day, it's a playground. It's a playground. The kids are going to play. That's exactly what the open space is going to use. Noise generated, noise of both. So right here. Okay, I'll go again. Public sources.
I think it would be more appropriate, maybe if you had this an offline conversation. Okay.
Public spaces, are defined. They are listed as a source of noise. They can't be categorized as a receiver of noise. Therefore, a soccer field, other than amplified human voice. So voices you can't do anything about. But I'm assuming pickleball, or I had something out of my job where the farmer was using a boombox to scare the geese away. And the neighbors, it's not acceptable, because if they come down, they put their meters up. If it's not acceptable, you gotta stop. And like I said,
Mr. Adams, I'm sure you realize you probably had 6 times as much time as you're supposed to have at this meeting.
I do understand, but like I said, I want to make sure it's out, because when this thing opens,
it's out. We've heard you. We've heard you. So
Okay.
repeating yourself is not going to get you any further. Okay.
So can we have it on?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm Melnick at highlandsboro.org. Send me some time if you're available. Happy to connect. I mean,
Okay.
just like I said, I tried to speak with the police department. I'm not gonna.
Okay. Gotcha.
Next, we have executive session. Executive session will be held following the regular council meeting. Prior to each executive session, the Borough Council will convene an open session, at which time a resolution will be adopted in accordance with NJSA 10:4-13. No formal action will be taken during executive session. Resolution to enter executive session. Be it resolved that the following portion of this meeting shall not be open to the public. Be it further resolved that private consideration is deemed required and permitted because of the following noted exceptions set forth in the Act. Attorney-client privilege, 124 Bay Avenue, Block 47, Lot 10. Attorney-client privilege, Block 101, Lot 3, Locust Street. Be it further resolved that it is anticipated that the matters to be considered in private may be disclosed to the public at a later date when the need for privacy no longer exists.
I will make that motion.
I'll second.
Councilmember Chirac?
Yes.
Councilmember Melnick?
Yes.
Council President Chesky?
Yes.
Mayor Brion?
Yes.
Motion carries to enter executive session at 7:29. And to vote.
I just want to say one thing about the reorganization. Oh. Our environment and civics collection, our business was noise control. Did you mention, this is almost a year ago, talking about the state park, said, maybe the county should soon put up some kind of sound barriers. Well, I don't know how that fits into this gentleman. I don't think anything would propose except for not having a state park. is going to, make them happy. Although, we are working with the landscape architect, come up with ideas for noise setting, cameras to go along the fences. Much like what you see in a restaurant, where it absorbs the noise, and then we can hide it with like an arborvitae or something like that. That way no one's looking at their backyard, no one can see in the backyard, no people are flying into the backyard. All of those things that you brought up with the landscape architect about figuring a way to do that in a manner that makes sense. I don't know what type of material there is, but I'm sure there's something out there that's made for an outdoor environment, a marine environment. That's because of using something that can make sense out there. And then again, just hiding, making it look pretty, like hiding it Yes, it does.
The phantom idea is something to think about, though. Yes, absolutely. Just a little more.
Anything else before we close it for the evening?
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 7:42. Thank you, everyone.